is the deal with art? You know, how like when you watch a thing or you play a game, you have done it, right? You get to the end. Usually when you watch a thing, you get to the end, and then you're like, huh, it's good. But then when you come back later, do you judge it on how much you would want to look at it again, or play it again? Is something determined quality good by being something you do over and over, or has that nothing to do with it, boy? What do you know? And furthermore, when you want to replay a thing, does your opinion change? Like, what if you realize you didn't like it? Is it suddenly bad, or was it actually good? Should you recommend something based on your first experience, since that's the only experience people are going to have when they do something their first time? It's going to be the first experience. So you should judge it based on the first experience and not a subsequent experience. You say, it's good the first time, but don't do it again. You usually do that with, like, you say, if you play a game and the second time and you're like, actually, I don't like it. Well, maybe you should say, actually, I don't like it, but that's not important, because I played it and I liked it the first time. But what about the context of the first time? What if about hype, you know? What if there was hype? What if there wasn't hype? What if the second time around the hype has died down and it's different, and you feel like if you play it today, the first experience with someone else is going to be very much the different. What are you gonna do? You know, like, say, take a movie, take Pulp Fiction. I ain't never seen it, but it's a movie, and you watch it, and you're like, oh, it's good, and then you say, I'll watch it again, and it's good, right? Right? I should have used an example I can use. Take, for example, Bugs Life, the animated game. I mean, well, how else would it have been on the screen? Bugs Life, the video game. I mean, for a kid who likes bugs and life, it's perfect. But if you like Bugs Life, it's also great. And I mean, is it good now, as a person in 2016? How can you fucking know? Because the amounts of different games that are better than it, there's probably lots. How could you imagine what the sort of different people, what they played, what they've not played? If they've played games that are like Bug Life and they're better than Bug Life, and they'll go back to this and they're like, it's not as good, then it wouldn't be a good first impression for a game for them for the first time, but then for you it would have been, because you played it when I was playing it. And I can't remember when I played it, but I remember loving it, and I remember coming back to it, and it's not quite as different the same time, but it's the same. And it's like, how do you do it? What are you supposed to say? And that's why, when you make a review,